romp for the Lady Hawks. And then after Shoals stayed within 5 of Bloomfield at halftime, Lady Cardinals recovered and ended up winning by a large margin, 35 points to be exact, with a huge second half. They bounced back under second-year coach Tim Howe with their first win of the year on Saturday, a home victory over Bloomington Lighthouse. Now, this series has been dominated by the Lady Bulldogs of late. They've won 5 straight in the series, 7 straight here at home. Not since 2003 has Shoals experienced a victory here on this floor. And as we talked about, Kevin, with Orleans going for their first win, they hope that that streak stays intact.
They say every dog has its day. Well, the Dogs need to have a night tonight against a very vulnerable opponent in Shoals. We need to get off the schneid here. 2 winnable games that didn't go our way to start the season. I look for Orleans to bounce back in a big way tonight against the Lady Jug Rock.
Should be a lot of fun. We're about a little over 15 minutes away from tip-off. When we come back, we'll be joined by Jared Gilbert on the Orleans Girls Basketball Report. He'll be with us in a moment. This is Orleans Girls Basketball.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
Gilbert as the Lady Bulldogs play host to Shoals. Well, Coach, we finally catch up week number 2 into the season, I guess, a couple of games under your belt, and we'll get into that here as we kind of move along chronologically. But let's first of all start with just a quick review of the 16-17 season, a couple of key losses as you worked around to getting ready for this year.
Yeah, you know, we lost some seniors going into this year, so we have big shoes to fill with, you know, our 4 seniors that we lost. And so we've been working to try to fill those roles the best we can. And, you know, early on here, it's been kind of a, you know, experiment with trying to find the right fit for our team. And then we've just, you know, we've went some different combinations and trying to see what works, and we're getting there, and I think we made steps from the first game to the second. So you know, it's never easy when you lose seniors like we did that played a lot of minutes for us, and but at the same time we feel like we got some young kids that can step in and fill those roles, and hopefully as the year goes on we'll get better and better at it.
Well, indeed, you look down the roster and you're still going to see a lot of familiar faces that were a part of this program the last couple of years, albeit young, just one senior on the team. But I'm sure you're hoping that that leadership and experience combined with some new faces will help things out.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we had some younger girls last year get some key minutes and played some big roles for our team, and that should do nothing but help us as they step into this year. And you know, we have some girls that we're confident in. They had good summers where I worked hard and played a lot of games, and we're very competitive. So we feel like we can compete. We just gotta keep working hard and kind of finding some of our other players, finding their roles and understanding them. And if we do that, you know, I think we got a chance here down the road to be a pretty good team.
Coach, based on the personnel that you have, will we see a whole lot of things different from the style of play that we've seen from last year?
You know, we like to play fast with certain combinations. That's the idea. But you know, right now, you know, we're one of those teams that's going to mix it up a lot, and we'll push it when we can. And then if we don't have anything, we'll come out and we'll run our sets and kind of slow it down and try to get the best shot available. So, you know, it just kind of depends game to game. There's certain teams we feel like we can push the tempo on, and other teams that we probably aren't quite there yet where we can run with them. So it is kind of from game to game might change a little bit, but we definitely would like to play a little faster and pressure defense, and if we can get that done, we definitely want to take advantage of it. That's how we like to play, and it's just a matter of keep working at it and getting there where we can compete night in and night out with that style.
Coach, take us through the off season. You had a chance to work with them a little bit this summer, and then what you saw from them when they reported for practice at the start of the year.
Well, the summer we played a lot. We went to camp and played a lot of bigger schools, and we played in some tournaments and shootouts and things throughout the month of June. So we feel like we've definitely played some really good competition. So I think one thing, and we've kind of hit on with the girls, is that we ought to be confident going into this year that we can compete with these teams. And we did it all summer, and it was summer, so I know it's different. But at the same time, from a confidence standpoint, they ought to feel like they can go out and compete night in and night out. And so when we came back here, and I know we had a lot of volleyball and cross country, so they were busy doing that in the fall. But coming in, it was a little rusty as normal. But I feel like after a week or two, kind of getting their legs back under them, they started shooting the ball better, and hopefully we'll see that as the season goes on. We'll just get better and better, and I'm confident that will play out.
Coach, give us your assessment of your first two games with Bar Reeve, and then most recently here with Crothersville on Friday night.
Well, it's two teams I thought we could be competitive with, and Bar Reeve's got some young kids, and they do a nice job of just running their stuff and taking what you give them. And we honestly, that night, we just didn't defend well enough, and we didn't make enough shots really to stay in the game. We gotta make more shots to early on, especially. We didn't have the best start and kind of dug ourselves a hole and played catch up all night. So that part wasn't great. But our kids battled. I think we played hard, and then we came back against a Crothersville team that they had a big girl inside that hurt us a little bit. It's one thing, we don't have a lot of size, and they really pounded the ball into her. I thought we did a really nice job on their post players, and the Hensley girl who hurt us last year at sectional. So we did some better things, I thought, defensively, and we mixed it up a little bit, zone and man-to-man. But, again, it came down to we didn't make enough layups, shots that we got to make, and we didn't hit enough free throws. We went 8 for 22, which we tell the girls all the time, and we shoot them all the time. But so that's going to determine whether you win or lose a lot of games. And it comes down to free throw shooting, and we got to be putting in the time to get better. And they understand that, and they will shoot them better. I'm confident we have a pretty good shooting team, and so I think that'll come. It was just one of those nights that didn't fall, and so kind of paid for it.
Next up, Shoals team got their first win of the year on Saturday against Bloomington Lighthouse after losses to Valley and to Bloomfield. What are your thoughts on Tim Howell's team?
Well, they play hard, and they're going to make you shoot the basketball, which is something we haven't done well. They're going to sit back in the zone, and they're going to make you shoot it from the outside, and they got a big girl that can hurt you on the offensive end. So we got to do a better job on her than we did on the Crothersville girl last week. And we got to find ways to maybe this may be a game we'd like to push the tempo a little bit and play a little faster and get after them and maybe wear them down with only 7 or 8 players that they play. We feel like we can take advantage of a little more depth and try to push the tempo a little bit. So hopefully we're able to do that and play more the way we want to play and play our style and not get slung, get too much of a slow game. And if we can do that and we can pressure like we did at times against Crothersville, I like our chances of coming in and playing well and hopefully giving ourselves a chance to get our first win of the year.
Okay. And, Coach, this early in the season, are you playing against yourselves almost as much as you are the opponent in terms of just trying to execute and do the things that you're trying to preach to them in practice?
Definitely. We talk about that more than we've talked about the other team. We watched ourselves on film and really concentrated on us doing things better because it is more about us right now than the other teams. And we're definitely things that we need to do better and take care of ourselves. And if we take care of ourselves, other things, good things will happen when we play games. And so if we can figure those things out first, and then we'll worry about the other teams more later on. But right now we're definitely in the process with a lot of young kids. We got some freshmen and sophomores playing a lot of minutes, and so we're learning. So we're learning game by game, and it's going to be a learning process here for a while. And hopefully we get it going here after a few games and understand our roles and just get better and better as the year goes on.
Coach, as a final thought, I know you spend a lot of time talking to the kids about spacing out on the floor. Now you need to talk to the schedule makers about spacing. DuBois Thursday, Bloomfield Friday. You come back, Christian Academy on Monday. 4 games in 7 days. Sure going to test the kids' stamina.
Oh, yeah. It is one of those things where, it's a girls' season. That's just the way it is some weeks. And it's sometimes fit in there pretty tight. And we're gonna see what we're made of. Going on the road, 2 tough games later this week. And then Christian Academy has some nice players as well. So we're going to be definitely tested going into Thanksgiving break. But that we're going to find out a lot about our kids, and right now we need to play and just make some adjustments from game to game, and hopefully we'll learn from them and get better.
All right, let's start with getting that first win under the belt tonight. Coach, thanks for joining us. Go ahead and get them.
All right, thank you.
And this has been the Orleans Girls Basketball Report with head coach Jared Gilbert as the Lady Bulldogs take on Shoals. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Orleans Girls Basketball.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Joined now by the head coach of the Shoals Lady Jug Rocks, Tim Howe. And, Coach, we catch up for the second time in a week here. We had you against Springs Valley last week. But first of all, after tough games against both Springs Valley and Bloomfield, good to see the kids bounce back with a nice win over Lighthouse on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a good win. We started playing a lot better the Bloomfield game, but things are looking up.
You were only down by, I think, 5, something like that, against Bloomfield, so you played them for a half. Didn't go quite as well the second half, but does that give you a lot of encouragement with these kids?
Oh, it sure does. Bloomfield's a pretty good team, well coached, and they're very deliberate in what they do, so we was able to take some stuff away in the first half, and that really gave us a lot of confidence.
I like a lot of the personnel on your team. We talked last week with Deja Watson being really your only starter back, but Maggie Shaw had a great second half in that game, and if Cadence Sutton hadn't gotten herself into some foul trouble, I think she would have had a nice game. So when you start a couple of freshmen there in the backcourt, they're going to kind of learn by trial and error, I suppose, and I suppose patience is probably the biggest key for you.
It sure is, and we tell the girls that. We've had a number of turnovers just from them just taking off and not really catching the ball clean and turning and going, and then there's been a lot of nervous jitters, but we're trying to work those out.
And that is Tim Howe, the head coach of the Shoals Lady Jug Rocks, as I had a chance to talk to him prior to the contest. We're ready to take a look at the starting lineups as Orleans 0-2 on the young season, taking on the 1-2 Shoals Lady Jug Rocks. Here to give us the rundown for the first 5, our very own Kevin Terrell.
Thank you, Mike. Here at the Doghouse, always good to be here. And it should be a fun night of basketball tonight as the Lady Jug Rocks come in against the Lady Bulldogs of Orleans. For the Jug Rocks, who come in at 1-2, Cassidy Witt starts up front, 5'6", and a freshman. Maggie Shaw next to her, 5'8", and a sophomore, and she is averaging 14.5 points a game. Deja Watson is their biggest threat in the middle, scoring 10 a game so far this year early in the season. She was double digits a year ago. She's 5'9" and a senior. Alyssa Howe, 5'4", and a freshman, started in the backcourt. She's scored 3 a game in the first outings, and then Cadence Sutton, 5'3", and a freshman, scoring 6 a game, has gotten the start in all 3 of the Jug Rock games. For Coach Tim Howe, who's in his second year, he's 7-21, coming off a win against Bloomington Lighthouse on Saturday. They went full court pressure, and they really hurt the Lions of Bloomington Lighthouse. We'll see if that full court pressure is used today by Coach Howe. But the Dogs are 0-2, looking to get off the schneid. Jacqueline Gherkin, 5'7", and a sophomore, starts with Brooklyn Knight, 5'4", and a sophomore, and a very inexperienced Orleans backcourt. Maddie Jones up front, 5'7", and a junior, scoring 7.5 a game, along with returning players Sydney Moon, 5'7", and a junior, and Audrey Elrod, 5'7", and a junior as well. Both those kids just score right around 7 a game. Should be a good night of basketball. Looking forward to seeing the Dogs play for the first time on the airwaves of WFLQ this year. And here to bring you the play-by-play, the legend himself, our very own Mike Hamilton.
Thank you very much, Kevin Terrell. Hello again, everyone. As Trent Seitzinger getting set to put it up between Audrey Elrod and Maggie Shaw. Shaw wins the tap, and Shoals in blue starts with the ball as they move right to left. On the left side, Cassidy Witt drives it on Gherkin, tries to work it in low to Shaw, knocked away. Witt picks it up, turns all the way around, looks to get rid of it, finally does off now to Caden Sutton. Sutton on the dribble, takes it to the foul line, jumps it off to Witt, one dribble, lobs it in low to Shaw, one dribble, throws up the 10-footer, around would not go, fight for the rebound, and Watson saved it, but right into Brooklyn Knight. So a missed shot as we're underway. Orleans in white, moving left to right, red numbers, red letters, and red trim as we see Shoals starting out in a 1-2-2 zone. Gherkin out of the right corner launches a three. It would not go. Fight for the rebound, and Watson comes out of there with it now for the blue-shirted Shoals Lady Jugrocks with white lettering and white trim. On the right side is Witt.
Good
Pops
pass.
it in low to Watson for an easy layup. Just threw it over the top as Maddie Jones gambled on the steal. Watson the catch and lay-in, and Shoals is on the board first.
If you're going to front the post, you got to pressure the passer. Orleans failed to do that. Give up the easy lay-in to Watson.
Here's Gherkin as she airballs a three. That'll go out of bounds and belong. So he has struggled here to start the season, has only scored one. No, from her play from a year ago, Kevin, that she's an outstanding player, and it's just a matter of time.
Got to keep shooting till you get hot, and then when she gets hot, got to keep shooting it.
Here's Sutton down to the corner, throws it out of the wing to Witt. It's off of her. It'll go into the backcourt, and that'll be an over and back violation. So our first turnover of the contest is against the Lady Rocks.
Jugrocks play this very passive, stationary 1-2-2 zone, and they're going to concede a lot of openings there. They don't move well. They don't move on the pass well. They kind of just stay in one spot. Orleans is going to not just jack up jumpers, but get the ball inside.
Sydney Moon leaves a 12-foot wing jumper short. So Orleans still looking for their first points. 2-0 Shoals. We're 2 minutes in. Down low. Nice little up and under move by Maggie Shaw. Well, she had a terrific game against Springs Valley last week. 15 points to lead her team in scoring, and she picks up right where she left off there. It's now 4-0 Shoals as Orleans turns it over for the first time. Running the floor is Howe. Goes down low to Witt, and she had to do a dance along the sideline to keep from going out of bounds. Ends up losing it, so Eldrod brings it back the other way, throws up the runner, would not go, and Shaw able to corral the rebound as Orleans has misfired now on their first 4 shots.
Didn't work out, but you got to push the ball against Shoals, run the floor, take advantage of their rather slow-footed bigs.
Witt got it into the lane, her runner a little bit short. Orleans back the other way, almost 3 minutes in, as the Bulldogs still looking for their first points of the contest.
Big gaping hole right in the middle there. Get it right there and
goes into Elrod, right around Deja. Watson to the basket, lays it up and in.
It's really that easy. You can't just settle for the first available jumper because Shoals just backs off of you and just dares you to shoot it. You got to be patient, work the ball a little bit. You can get whatever you want against this very sieve-like zone of Shoals.
Witt drives right around Moon. Her layup, though, is short. Scramble for the loose ball, and they're going to say that Maddie Jones could not hang on to it, and it'll be out of bounds to Shoals. DJ Horton, Trent Seitzinger, and
Brandon Chambers getting his first ever varsity game, I'm told.
Okay. Got to start somewhere, right?
This is as good a place as any.
Hal has it right side. The niece of the coach works it in low to Maggie Shaw, and I think she traveled. No, they're going to call a foul.
DJ Horton right on top of it. Seen DJ a lot lately. My trips out to B&L. He is an assistant coach for their girls program and referees some on the side.
First foul of the game on Audrey Elrod on that post-up. Shoals gets it. Comes in to Watson, lobs it in low to Shaw, who takes one dribble, missed the shot, but draws the foul once again.
Poor inbound defense by the Dogs. They allow an easily executed play by Coach Howell's Lady Rocks. And that's going to send the Jug Rock to the line. Maggie Shaw, we saw, was good last week against Valley. She's off to a good start so far here tonight.
And And this free throw, about a foot short of the front of the rim. So dry heave there. That foul went on Brooklyn Knight, her first, second on the team. Second free throw looks short. It is. So Shoals could not cash in. Sydney Moon rebounds it, brings it all the way into the front court, hands off to Jones, left side to Knight. Brooklyn will launch from downtown. It would not go. Ball knocked free, loose on the floor, scrambled for it, and we'll have a held ball. And the arrow will keep it on the Orleans end.
Dogs can't get the ball to the third side. They're just throwing it on one side, passing it once and firing. Going to have to be a lot more patient and add and get the ball inside to your best people against the slow Shoals defenders.
There's another three by Brooklyn Knight. It comes up short, so a lid on the basket for the Lady Dogs right now. Still have just one basket here in the first 4 minutes of the game. Witt drives the lane, kicks it baseline to Howell, wide open for a 10-footer, and she knocks it down.
Right now, Shoals looks quicker and more alert. Orleans not moving their feet defensively, playing very stationary on offense. Right now, the game going exactly like the Lady Rocks wanted to.
6-2 Shoals on the Busick Insurance scoreboard.
Elrod wide open right in the middle of the lane, needs to flash down and get the ball.
They're not even guarding Sydney Moon, so she just drives it along the lane. Missed the shot, though. She overshot the goal. Looked like there was enough contact to warrant a foul. Nothing called. And Shoals has it with a 4-point lead. Witt into the lane, kicks it baseline to Howe. Can't get the shot off this time. Goes on the wing to Witt. Back to Howe. Clears it away to Sutton. Stops at the free throw line. Bounces it back to Witt. Over it comes now to Sutton.
Dogs' defense is very passive. A lot of these passes by the Jug Rock could have been stolen. Dogs not alert enough to make it happen.
And Tim Howe, seeing his team sputter a little bit on offense, will take a timeout. It comes at the 3:12 mark of the opening quarter on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. The lead for the Lady Rocks is 4 at 6-2. For your next reception, party, meeting, or any special occasion, the perfect place to have it is Robinson Auctions and Gatherings. With nearly 12,000 square feet of open space, a warming kitchen, restroom facilities, and plenty of tables and chairs, it's the ideal location to host any event from 3 to 300 people. To rent out the barn at Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, just north of Orleans, call 865-1313. That's 865-1313.
I've seen that barn. It's very, very well done by
it is
the Robinson family in the auction business for a long time.
Since 1976, a house sold word. Get it?
I get it.
Okay. All right, Shoals with the ball out of the timeout. The lob down low to Sutton is knocked away. Howell picks it up, clears it out front to Witt. Witt guarded by Gherkin along the perimeter. Bounces away now to Sutton. Drives it to the wing. Takes it all the way in. Tries to bank one off. Missed it. Rebound to Watson. Would not go, but she got hacked on the arm. And I think a new face in the lineup will pick up the foul. Jenna Whalen, 5'7" senior, averages 4 points a game. Will get her first. And Lady Rocks back to the free throw line where Shaw just missed two. Now Deja Watson will get a couple tries. And this one draws nothing but net.
Watson's a nice player. We've liked her last year, and we liked her last week. Orleans' defense just very flat right now. Not a lot of energy in the building. And the Jug Rocks are being the more aggressive team.
Second free throw off the back of the rim. Rebound to Witt. Works it in low to Shaw. Drives in. Lost the handle. Now off balance. Threw one up towards the rim. It comes up short, and Orleans has got it. 7-2 Shoals now. As running through the lane is Elrod to Gherkin around to Whalen. She'll launch from three and bury it. How's that for immediate dividend?
That's why she's in there. Got her feet set. Orleans that time, though, reversed the basketball finally. Got the ball to at least the second side. Got a wide open shot because Shoals' defense doesn't rotate well. And Whalen got her feet set and knocked it home.
Nice pick and roll. There's a drive to the goal by Sutton. Shot up good. Count it. And yet another Orleans foul.
Little 1-4 set by the Jug Rock. Little high screen as they run the little UCLA cut. Get her on the bat screen. Shoals able to take advantage of Orleans not bumping the cutter. And that's going to send Powell to the line. She earned a chance at the three-point play.
The foul on Sydney Owens, who just checked in a few moments ago, a 5'7" sophomore, averaging 2.5 points a game. Now Tim Howell has gone to his bench as Haley Davis, a 5'9" senior, at 2 a game, checks in. So does Emma Hurd, a 5-foot freshman, at 1 a game. Trying to complete the three-point play as Sutton. It is no good. And the ball rebounded by Owens, and they'll call a jump ball here. And the arrow will keep it on the Lady Rocks end.
10 rebounds already for the Lady Rocks. They've out-rebounded Orleans 10-5. Again, more energetic and more aggressive, going for the loose ball off the rim.
The lob down to the right corner, picked up by Shaw. Out of the wing now to Sutton. She'll take it out to the middle of the floor and reset the offense. Howell, one dribble, lost the handle, taken away by Sydney Owens. The head now to Jackie Gherkin. Orleans trying to cut into a 4-point deficit as we dip under 2 minutes to go, opening quarter here at Orleans High School. Audrey Elrod will try to change it, and she does. Gets them to within one as she knocks down a three. So as we're seeing here in the early going, Kevin, this Orleans team not shy about launching it from long range.
No, they're getting their feet set. They're unguarded. Shoals is just daring them to shoot it. I think we could be a little bit more patient, but that time Elrod felt good about it, fired it in, and knocked it home.
To the baseline goes Powell in low to Shaw. Little turnaround move, overshot the goal, rebounded Jenna Whalen.
Jenna's helped us with her energy. She got 2 rebounds, hit the big 3. She's helped us in her spin early.
Owens can't get the shot off on the wing to Elrod. Back
reverse
to Owens.
The ball, get a wide open shot here. Be patient.
Lady Dogs a chance to take their first lead of the ball game, and trying to do it is Brooklyn Knight, but her three is no good. Rebound to Shaw, and they're going to get Audrey Elrod for a rebounding foul, and the junior tied for the team lead in scoring has just picked up her second foul, so we'll see if Jared Gilbert will go to his bench, and it looks like he will, but not before Shoals puts it in play against full court pressure. Shoals breaks it, quick shot from the left side, no good by Hurt. Rebound battle 4, and Brooklyn Knight had it lost it out of bounds, so it'll stay with Shoals.
Jug Rocks beat the press easily there. It was kind of passive by the Dogs, but I like them going full court, trying to get some energy into the game, but the Jug Rocks broke it with the pass. Bing, 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 tic-tac-toe. They got it up the floor and got a good shot, just couldn't hit it.
Sydney Moon replaces Elrod off the inbounds. 2 passes to Alyssa Howe, who heaved up an air ball from the right side. Gherkin back the other way. Again, a shot for Orleans to take their first lead. 40 seconds to go. Feet down low. Sydney Moon left it short. Again, it looked like contact, and then Shaw lost the ball, and a hustling Sydney Moon reaches in and ties her up, and Orleans will get it now on the alternating possession as Shoals turns it over now for the 4th time. There's one good thing about the quarter for Orleans. They've only turned it over once. Ball comes into Moon, top of the key to Knight. Works it right side to Gherkin, in low to Owens. Turns, little jump hook, would not go. Rebound, Moon back up, it wouldn't go. Boy, Orleans has missed a number of layups here in the opening quarter. Final 22 seconds. Nice little crossover move by Sutton. Lost it, got it back, clears it to Hurt. Back to Sutton at the point. Works it in low, and it's stolen away. Tried to go to Shaw. Brooklyn Knight the steal. On the right side, 10 seconds to go. To Moon.
There you go.
Kicks it off to Whalen. Wide open for a 3. This one clanks off the rim. Rebound to Knight. Back up. No good. And with 4 seconds to go in the quarter, Shoals picks up their first foul of the contest, and it will send Orleans to the line.
Better ball movement by Orleans. They're a little bit more patient. Got the ball to the right side. Got it inside, collapsed the zone, and we reversed the ball out of it. Had a chance to rotate the defense there, wide open 3, didn't hit it, but we're able to get the offensive rebound. Something else we haven't done enough of in this first quarter.
A good sign there as Brooklyn Knight ties it with the free throw, and I say good sign because Orleans was just 8 out of 22 at the line Friday night against Crothersville. They lost by 5, so that was a big story in that one. That one good as well. Orleans with the lead, 4 seconds to go. Shoals won't even get it across half court as we end the first quarter. So it takes nearly the entire period, but the Lady Dogs finally grab the lead. After 1 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard here at the Doghouse, it's Orleans 10, Shoals 9. Back with the second quarter in a moment. This is Orleans girls basketball.
Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
Landis Insurance in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your auto, home, farm, business, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis, together providing Midwestern value since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792. Shoals gets the ball to start the second period. It was a nice drive by Sutton, but then threw it into the wrong hands. As back on the other end, a little baseline drive by Haley Powell, who checked in at the quarter break, has now made it 7 straight for Orleans, and they have gone now from what was a 5-point deficit into a 3-point lead.
Dogs went 1-3-1 zone, trying to do something to turn the Jug Rock over, a major team weakness for them. They've coughed it over twice to start the quarter.
Here is Owens on the run, lobs it ahead to Moon, and it's off of Sidney's hands and out of bounds. So Haley Powell, a promising 6-foot freshman, into the lineup now for Jared Gilbert's squad. Averaged 6 points over the first 2 games. And another talented freshman, Peyton Blanton, 5'6", at 1.5 points a game into the lineup. Here is Hurt, wing jumper, no good. Rebound picked up by Blanton. She runs the floor, now slows it down, and will set up the offense to Moon. Underneath the Powell, drives in and gets bumped and fouled by another new face for Shoals. That is 5'9" senior Haley Davis, who averages 2 points per contest. That is her first, just the second on the team. Orleans has committed 5. So Orleans will play it in, baseline right of the hoop. Jenna Whalen looks to get it in, does to Moon, left wing, down to the corner. Whalen, wide open, look at a 3. She hit her first one, missed that one. Rebound to Owens, tried to feed it down low to Powell, who was underneath the basket, and Maggie Shaw got over there to knock it out of bounds.
Can get a layup against this Shoals zone on the inbounds. Need to screen the middle person. You should get a wide open look. If you didn't. Orleans couldn't execute the out of bounds.
Blanton, top of the key to Powell, drives down into the lane, and banked one off the glass and in. Nice move by Haley Powell. Just took it right at Deja Watson and got the kind kiss off the glass. It's now a 9-0 run for Orleans. They lead by 5, minute and a half into the second quarter. Nice feed down low, throwing up a wild shot with Shaw, no good. Here's Watson. She overshot the putback attempt. Now a bad pass into the front court is stolen away by Cassidy Witt. She got bumped and fouled by Haley Powell. And well, I guess they tell you don't ever turn your back on the ball, and Orleans did, and turns into a turnover and eventually a foul on Powell. And that'll be the 6th team foul, so the next one will put Shoals into the bonus. But before we have that, we've got a stoppage in play as Shoals calls time. 6:17 to go first half on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. 5-point Lady Bulldog lead. We'll continue with more Orleans girls basketball right after this.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
From the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Sky Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student athlete for their hard work and dedication and continuing the legacy of excellence that is Lady Bulldogs basketball. Good luck all season long from everyone at Scott Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move. Second timeout used by Tim Howes. His team in a little bit of a funk here As they have gone dry from the field, they just missed another one. That was a turnaround jumper by Deja Watson. Meanwhile, Kevin Orleans has started to figure things out on the offensive end a little bit.
They have, and to counteract that, the Jug Rock have went man-to-man this possession, as they don't like the zone offense starting to click finally for the Dogs.
Here is Blanton, right around her defender, all the way to the goal, lays it up and in. Nice move by Peyton Blanton. Got a screen at the foul line and just took it right to the rack. Her first two. It's an 11-0 spurt here for Orleans. They now suddenly lead by 7 as Shoals just turned it over once again. Boy, it's like somebody flipped a light switch out there. Things were going so well for Shoals. They were up 9-5. Then that three-pointer by Audrey Elrod really turned things around. Now there's a little pass down low. Trying to post up was Haley Powell, but she overshot the goal. That would have given Orleans a 9-point lead. There's a ball stolen away. Haley Powell on the break to the other end, puts it up, got it! Oh, it spun around the rim and dropped through. I didn't think it would stay, but it had enough to drop through. That's 6 points all here in the second quarter on Haley Powell, who got the steal and coast-to-coast layup and a chance at a three-point play as Cassidy Witt picks up her first personal foul.
Powell's been a major energy boost for the Lady Dogs once she came in to start this quarter. She's provided instant offense. That and the switch to the 1-3-1 zone, which put her at the top of it. She's created havoc up there as well. And the Dogs finally starting to pull away after a sluggish start, up 10 here against the Jug Rock, 19-9.
Make it 14-0 the burst here for Orleans over a span of about 5 minutes. Shaw works it in low to Watson. That should end the streak. It does, as Deja Watson's defender gambled on the steal and couldn't get it, and that left Deja wide open for the layup.
Full court pressure by the Jug Rock. Second time they've tried it.
Oh, they had a 3-on-2 and couldn't cash in. They still have it as Gherkin kicks it off right side to Torrey Greathouse, who's into the ball game now, as Gilbert goes even deeper into his bench. Rebound after that miss by Greathouse, and again Orleans had a shot at that one. Maddie Jones couldn't get it to go. Back on the other end, Shoals trailing by 8, trying to cut into that with a three-pointer by Witt, is off the back of the rim, however, and it's pulled out of there by Peyton Blanton. Blanton down the lane, kicks it baseline to Powell. She'll launch from 12, and look at that. Haley Powell is just unconscious right now. It's her 9th point of the quarter. She's almost outscored Shoals by herself here, and she's only played since the 8-minute mark of this period. Hurt works it in low to Shaw. Ooh, little turnaround move on that block. Nice move there by Maggie Shaw.
Yeah, a little right shoulder drop step. Got it up underneath the Orleans defender. That's a nice post move for the Shoals big girl.
Pass in low to Jones, kicks it out to Gherkin, drives it right, kicks it off to Blanton, leans in, throws up the 10-footer, left it short. Rebound tapped out long. Jones, Blanton down to the corner, tries to work it in low. They do to Powell. Weak side pass to Torrey Greathouse, whose shot rims out. Rebound comes off to Shoals, and then Witt had her ball stolen away from her from behind there. Nicely by Torrey Greathouse.
It's turnover of the quarter on the Lady Rocks. They have 10 for the game. That's been a long-time bugaboo for this ball club. They turn it over a lot if you pressure them, and the 1-3-1 of Orleans has done just that. It's really turned the game around.
Ooh, almost a steal by Hurt, but Blanton controls, drives it to the left wing, stops, looks to get rid of it, works it in low to a wide-open Maddie Jones, who missed it. Rebound to Witt. We're going to get a rebounding foul on Jackie Gherkin.
Orleans, either on purpose or by accident, sent two cutters in the same spot. Shoals tried to switch it, got confused, left a Orleans cutter wide open underneath the rim, but we couldn't finish it, and then the loose ball foul called on the Dogs. That'll send Cassidy Witt to the line with a chance for the Rocks to score where the clock stopped and cut the lead to 6.
17 foul. Shoals has only been whistled for 3. And this free throw on its way, good. Was I just dreaming, or did that have a weird rotation, or maybe lack of rotation on the ball?
A little Phil Necro knuckleball going up there, but she got it to fall in softly. We'll see how she does on this one.
This one looks long. It is, and the rebound taken down by Peyton Blanton. So the lead at 7 for Orleans, 21-14, 2:45 to go as Maddie Jones tried to put a little head and shoulder fake on her defender and gets called for a walk. But again, Orleans has done a pretty good job of taking care of the basketball. Just 4 miscues thus far in well over 13 minutes of play.
See if our press can rattle these Shoals guards. See if we can get into an easy basket somehow. Guess not.
Shaw drives in, missed the shot. And then we'll have a held ball as Powell and Watson tie one another up. The arrow pointing towards Orleans. We saw a little token full court pressure there by Orleans, not real strong. Shoals didn't have too many problems breaking it.
Jug Rocks are trying to play a 2-2-1, but there's more confusion on their part than it is for Orleans.
Blanton gets it into the front court off to Powell, drives, pulls up on the wing, lobs it in low to Jones. Shot blocked away by Maddie Shaw. But Maggie was standing on the baseline there as she grabbed the ball.
Like to see Powell maybe make a Euro step, get around that, maybe figure out a way to score the ball.
Orleans will play it in from the baseline. They kick it out of the wing to Peyton Blanton for a 3 that is good. Wow. All of a sudden, the Lady Dogs just lighting it up right now.
Took advantage of poor inbound defense by the Jug Rock. I mentioned earlier I thought we could score on that. Had a chance for a layup, but passed it out for the 3. We'll take it as Blanton knocked it down.
Back to a 10-point lead as in low, Deja Watson misses from short range. Nice save there by Alyssa Howell, and she got it into Maggie Shaw, who went up and drew contact, so she's back on the line twice.
Shaw's very impressive. Gotten a lot better. She's going to be a nice post player. It's a nice post tandem for the Jug Rock. They could add a little bit more to their backcourt in future seasons. They've got a chance to build something there, I think.
Kevin, 16 of Orleans' 24 points so far have come off the bench.
I don't know if that's great coaching by figuring out to put them in or bad coaching by not having them in earlier. I'll have to tease Coach Gilbert about that, as it's a Gilbert family reunion down there on the side.
Bad pass by Peyton Blanton as she tried to pass underneath the basket, but Caden Sutton was right there, stole it, and laid it up and in.
Just go score right here.
Here's Powell. Break the pressure, pull up, jumper no good. Rebound grabbed by Howe. She lost it, recovered by Knight. Over to Jones. She'll launch a 16-footer. It's too hard. And the rebound pulled out of there by Maggie Shaw as Hannah Davis, a 5'8 sophomore, making her first appearance of the year. She's been hurt in there now. Here's Howe. Wasn't throwing it to anybody in particular, so Jackie Gherkin says, I'll take it. Kicks it down to the corner now to Greathouse. Minute 12 to go, in low to Jones.
Good cut.
To a cutting Gherkin, who missed the shot, but she will be on the line twice.
Whenever you flatten the defense like that, it can face up with your back to the baseline. You can hit cutters coming in there as the defense can't see them on their way. That was a nice cut by Gherkin, nice delivery, and she'll go to the line twice.
So 3 3-pointers by Orleans here in the half have helped them into this advantage. As there's your first miss at the foul line tonight after hitting 3 straight.
Fresh troops in here for Orleans as they send in 3 subs. Trying to make a big run here at the end of the half, something that the Jug Rock struggle with closing out quarters. Mark it down. It's 24-17 now as these subs come in. 1 free throw to go. See if Orleans can extend their lead a bit or if the Jug Rocks can hold it where it is.
And Jackie hits the second free throw, so she's on the board with her first point. Orleans 25, Shoals 8 on the Busick Insurance board as we come up on a minute to go. Nice feed down low as Watson goes up strong. Didn't get the shot to go, but she's back on the line as, again, Shoals' strategy appears to be just trying to pound it down on the block to their 2 bigs, Deja Watson and Maggie Shaw.
Orleans went to a 3-2 zone that time after taking out the freshman Powell. They didn't have anybody to the length to play the front of it. And it was way too easy of a pass to get it inside to Watson.
Well, Shoals getting to the line. This will be their 10th free throw. The problem is they've only hit 3 of their first 9.
Anybody who watches IU knows what that looks like.
Second one barely drew iron. Loose on the floor. It's picked up by Cassidy Witt. And then Sydney Owens able to recover and get the tie-up, although the arrow will keep it in the Shoals offensive end. Watson will get a rest. Back in comes Haley Davis. They've got 3 Davises on the team. Third one, Taylor, not eligible. Nice feed in low. Maggie Shaw able to finish off. So Cassidy Witt pounding it in low, and Maggie Shaw has her 7th point. 6-point lead for Orleans, 45 seconds to go. Here's Blanton, takes down the lane all the way to a goal, banks it off and in. Boy,
Best move you have, the shot fake right there, as she's able to use it, get the Shoals defender in the air, and then Peyton Blanton went and finished it with her left hand. Beautiful move by the youngster.
And down low, throwing it wildly up there was Haley Davis. Ball knocked free. Orleans comes out of there with it. That's just a freshman, Peyton Blanton. To see him move like that, very impressive. All right, down to the final 11 seconds of the quarter. Orleans should play for one, have a chance to take a double-digit lead with a hoop here. Here's Whalen out beyond the arc with 4, with 3. Drives it all the way to the goal, throws it up with the left hand, no good. Rebound to Shoals, and that'll do it for the first half. She changed hands almost in mid-air there. I think if she kept the ball in her right hand, the officials would have called the foul. Instead, she switched it to her left and didn't get the call. So Lady Bulldogs will have to settle for an 8-point lead here at intermission. For your next reception, party, meeting, or any special occasion, the perfect place to have it is Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, with nearly 12,000 square feet of open space, a warming kitchen, restroom facilities, and plenty of tables and chairs. It's the ideal location to host any event from 3 to 300 people. To rent out the barn at Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, just north of Orleans, call 865-1313, 865-1313. We'll start our halftime activities when we come back on the Busick Insurance scoreboard at intermission here at the Doghouse. It is the Orleans Lady Bulldogs 27, the Shoals Lady Judd Rocks 19. You're listening to Orleans Girls Basketball.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
Before we start our halftime activities from the Doghouse in Orleans, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Orleans Girls Basketball.
Your home for Blackhawk, Bulldog, Ram, and IU Sports. Q100 WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell back at the Doghouse, where Orleans has forged out to a 27-19 lead over their visitors from Shoals. They used a 14-point run that covered the final 5 points of the opening quarter and the first 9 of the second quarter to open up a 10-point lead. They actually matched that 3 different times and will settle on an 8-point lead here at the break. Let's check the scoring for Shoals. All 5 of their starters have tallied, but those are the only 5 that have scored, as Maggie Shaw leading the way with 7, 3 baskets, 1 of 4 at the line. Deja Watson has 5, 2 baskets, but she has also struggled at the stripe, where she is just 1 out of 4. Caden Sutton, a couple of baskets for 4. She missed her only free throw attempt. 2 points out of Alyssa Howell on a first quarter field goal, and Cassidy Witt was 1 out of 2 at the stripe. Haley Davis, Emma Hurt, and Hannah Davis have all come off the bench for Shoals, but they have not tallied. So 7 from Maggie Shaw leading the way. Shoals only whistled for 4 fouls in those first 16 minutes. For Orleans, well, undoubtedly it has been their bench. They have accounted for no less than 19 of the team's 27 points here at the break. Leading the way is one of those bench players, Haley Powell, the freshman, scoring all 9 of her points in that second quarter, 4 baskets, and she hit her only free throw. Peyton Blanton, another freshman, comes in and hits 3 field goals, one of those a 3. She has got 7. 5 points from a starter, that's Audrey Elrod, one of her 2 baskets from beyond the arc. Jenna Whalen hit a first quarter 3-pointer coming off the bench. 2 points from Brooklyn Knight on a pair of free throws, and Jackie Gherkin has the other point, hitting on 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. Sydney Moon and Maddie Jones starting have not scored, and Jared Gilbert has used Tori Greathouse and Sydney Owens off the bench. That duo also has yet to tally. So 9 from Haley Powell, 7 from Peyton Blanton, leading the way for Orleans. Elrod and Whalen each picked up 2 first-half fouls. Nobody else had more than 1. Orleans led 10-9, and those 2 free throws by Brooklyn Knight with 4 seconds to go in the quarter gave them their first lead of the contest. Again, that was instrumental in getting them to a 14-0 run that built the lead up to 10. They enjoy it at 8 right now at 27-19 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. We'll step aside for a quick break. Kevin Terrell takes a look at our first half statistics when we return. This is Orleans girls basketball.
Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Big night of basketball all around southern Indiana. A huge amount of teams are underway tonight, and where we're at, it's been a good one so far. Here at the Doghouse in Orleans is the Lady Jug Rocks putting up a fight against the homestanding Lady Bulldogs of Orleans, who are looking for their first win of the year. Right now, the Dogs on top, 27-19. Here are your first half numbers. For Shoals, they don't shoot it well. 8 for 23 from two-point range. That's 34.7%. They don't take many threes. They took 1 in the half. They missed it. Overall, they're 8 out of 24, 33% shooting. Ice cold from the line as well. 3 out of 10 from the foul line for the Lady Rocks. Just 30%. 23 rebounds for Shoals, and they've 8 of those on the offensive end. They rebounded the ball well, playing with high energy, but they turned it over 12 times, and that really hurt their cause. For Orleans, 7 out of 23 from two-point range. They've been frigid, 3 out of 10 from downtown. Overall, added up, 10 out of 33. That's 30% shooting. Much better from the line than they were in their last outing. That was a dismal under 40% outing in that last game. But tonight they're 4 out of 5 for 80%. They've rebounded 18 times, so we're down 5 on the glass, but they've made up for it by turning it over just 5 times. Put all that together, and Orleans leads it 27-19 over the Lady Rocks. We'll be back with second half action in a moment. You're listening to WFLQ coverage of Orleans girls high school basketball.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
Back again at the Doghouse here in Orleans as the third quarter gets underway. Orleans with the basketball in white, moving now right to left. They've also got an 8-point lead as Shoals starts out in a zone, so that'll allow Jackie Gherkin to launch a three. Would not go. Ball tapped out of bounds, and they're going to say it is off of Orleans and will belong to Shoals.
Set piece out of the timeout there. They run a little flare action for the point guard to slide her into the open spot. They screen the top of the zone, the 2-3 zone look of the Jug Rock that time. Can't get stationary against that zone look like we did early in the game. Got to continue to move the ball and move ourselves.
On the high post, Shaw works it around to Sutton to Witt. In low, it goes to Shaw, drives in, and we're going to get a reach-in foul here on Maddie Jones.
I'll let the first one go, but they got the second time there as Witt flashed to the high post against the Orleans 2-3 zone. Both teams opting for the 2-3 look to start the half.
I'll actually put it on Sydney Moon, which is better. That's her first. First by either team here in the second half. Has a shot by Sutton, partially blocked, picked up by Gherkin. Throws it ahead to Moon underneath the basket, scoops it up and in.
That's what we got to do more of. Didn't get the running game going in that first half, but Shoals doesn't get back well. We know that. Moon, as the rim runner, ran the floor, got down there, and delivered on the first points of the half for the Dogs.
Witt tried to force it into Shaw, taken away. So another Shoals turnover. Moon off to Gherkin, works it right side to Knight, in low to Maddie Jones. Shot, it's partially blocked by Shaw. Ball knocked free, and they're going to say Shaw was the last to touch it. So it'll stay with Orleans. Lady Bulldogs start with their original five of Brooklyn Knight, Maddie Jones, Sydney Moon, Audrey Elrod, and Jackie Gherkin. And off the inbounds, ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Orleans. Caden Sutton, Cassidy Witt, Maggie Shaw, Deja Watson, and Alyssa Howell, the five on the floor for Shoals. Knight off the inbounds, works it right wing to Moon, to Maddie Jones, to Audrey Elrod, takes it to the baseline, kicks it onto the wing to Jones, can't get the shot off, so she hands it off to Brooklyn Knight, who launches a three that would not go. And again, Shoals having trouble corralling the loose ball.
That should have been a foul on Orleans going over the back right in front of DJ Horton. He didn't call it. Orleans gets a break.
Off the inbounds. They go on the high post to Jones. Kicks it left side to Knight. 12-footer on the way. Good.
Good things happen for the Dogs when they reverse the ball. They get it in and out. They make the Shoals defense pay for their inability to rotate. High-low pass right there delivered well. Jug Rock down 12.
Biggest lead for Orleans, and again, the Lady Rocks not deterring from their desire to work it in on the post, but they're starting to force passes here. Orleans getting the tie-up. It'll stay on the Shoals end. Here's Howell off the right side. 16-footer, good.
Nice out-of-bounds play there. They screen for the inbounder. Play that is old as James Naismith, I think. And that time she was able to come in, knock down the little corner jumper.
Lady Dogs break the pressure. Gherkin all the way to the goal. Missed it. Rebound to Shaw. Tries to get it to Howell. Does. To Sutton. Touch pass ahead to Cassidy Wood, who takes it in and missed it. And the rebound fought for and tied up between Jones and Shaw, and it'll go to Orleans. As that was a nice little touch pass down court, but Witt could not finish it.
Rare running opportunity for the Jug Rock. They really should have finished that. It was a clear layup. Didn't make it. Orleans fortunate.
3-on-2 as Moon down low to Maddie Jones, who lays it up and in, as Lady Dogs had no problems breaking the pressure there.
That's how Shoals won their game against Bloomington Lighthouse, was going full court pressure, but I don't think they got the speed to handle Orleans in the full court.
And Witt just overshot the goal on a three-pointer. Instead of letting it go out of bounds, Moon tried to save it. Shoals picked it up. Now they lob it in low to Deja Watson, who missed it, got her own rebound, tried to go back up, blocked away, and the rebound run down by Brooklyn Knight. 3 minutes into the third quarter, Orleans with a 12-point lead, matching their biggest. Moon on the left side, couple dribbles, kicks it out of the perimeter to Knight, and she'll launch it from three. It clangs off the side of the rim, and Caden Sutton has the rebound.
Probably could do a little better than that. It was a little bit of a quick shot. 12-point lead, don't need to hurry it.
Shoals trying to reverse against the zone, kicks it around to Wood, who overshot the goal. Long rebound picked up by Sutton, goes up from 10. It wouldn't go. Rebound battle for Brooklyn Knight comes out of there with it. 4.5 to go. Orleans looking for their biggest lead with a basket as Gherkin down the lane had her shot partially blocked and knocked out of bounds. So you're right, Kevin, even though Jackie continuing to struggle here a little bit, she keeps putting them up, and I think that's what Coach Gilbert wants her to do.
Hey, you know, Coach Gilbert didn't shoot the ball at all when he played. He was a very unselfish point guard who rarely got a shot tipped up, but hey, fire it up there. This is how it's done, Coach.
Audrey Elrod misfires a three from the left corner. Brooklyn Knight, the weak side rebound, off to Jenna Whalen, whose three would not go. Ball tapped around, and Deja Watson comes out of there with it.
Nobody's ever hit a shot yet that they didn't take. Just got to keep firing away. That's what our girls are thinking.
Skip pass down low, Maggie Shaw, as she drove to the basket, had it knocked away. Orleans out of there with it. 2-on-2. Elrod down the lane, knocked away by Sutton. Elrod picks it up, works it in low to Haley Powell, who's back in there, but she overshot the rim on the layup attempt, and Shoals out of there with it. So the action fast and furious, just not a lot going of scoring right now. And out of control, Maggie Shaw looked like she was fouled as she got knocked to the floor. No call. Officials kind of letting them play right now. Here is Knight, works it around to Whalen, fakes the three, drives it to the corner. Out of the wing now to Powell, 12-footer, good! Haley Powell picking up right where she left off. She becomes the first player in the game to hit double figures. She's got 11, and that's going to prompt another timeout here called by Tim Howell. Landis Insurance in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your auto, home, farm, business, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together providing Midwestern values since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792. 3:16 left to go, third quarter. The Orleans lead 14 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. Back with more Lady Bulldog basketball right after this.
Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
from the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Sky Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student-athlete for their hard work and dedication in continuing the legacy of excellence that is Bulldogs basketball. Good luck all season long from everyone at Sky Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move. Have a high-scoring period. Orleans has 8, but Shoals has just 1 basket to their credit. In fact, they have hit only 1 out of their 8. Well, make it 2 out of 9 there as they work it down low to Caden Sutton, and she drops in her 6th point to make it 35-23.
It was a nice pass out of the high post by Watson. Again, a lot of gaps in that Orleans zone. I'm a little bit surprised they went to it, to be honest. And Shoals able to work the ball at the high post, go high-low, and get an easy bucket out of the timeout.
Caden Sutton in the back court as Orleans applying full-court pressure, call for the foul. Now Orleans has it again. Elrod runs the floor. They've got Powell. Weak side pass to Jenna Whalen, who takes it in from the left side and lays it in.
Thought Powell might try to make that move herself, but thought better of it. Saw over the top of the defense and delivered a nice 2-on-1 pocket pass.
She'll take the assist.
Orleans with their biggest lead.
And a steal by Audrey Elrod. Gets it off now to Peyton Blanton, ahead to Jenna Whalen, and she lays it in for 2 more.
Whalen running the floor well, being the beneficiary. That's a good defense by the Dogs here the last couple of possessions. And it's a nice little run out. Orleans up 16. Again, they've shifted the zone a little bit. It's a 3-2 now, and they've got size up front. That's really bothered the Jug Rock all night long when they went to the 1-3-1 earlier when they had Powell at the top of it, and now they have Sydney Owens out there giving Shoals' small guards a tough time. They're unable to see over the top of it, and they're able to cause some turnovers and some havoc. Jug Rocks have turned it over now 4 times this quarter.
Emma Hurt back in there now for Shoals as Orleans continues their zone, and they try to work it in low to a new face, Hadley Scott, a 5'5" freshman in there. But the pass stolen away as Orleans continuing to ramp it up on the defensive end. Whalen, right side, up top to Blanton, fakes the 3, works it around on the near side to Tori Greathouse. No, Powell down the lane she goes, no good, but she drew the foul.
Once again, I say we reverse the ball from the right side to the left, and when you do that, the zone of Shoals does not rotate well. They don't move on the flat of the ball. They're stationary, and you can get good shots against 4 closeouts. We got it all the way around, and then Powell earns a trip to the line for 2.
First one around, good. Didn't have much arch on that, but got the result. Orleans now 5 of 6 out of the at the line, and of course that put the kiss on her. The whammy. Still has 12 points in the lead, 17 now for Orleans. Minute 37 to go here in the third. On the right side, pull-up jumper by Sutton, no good. Rebound, grabbed by Hurt. She goes back up, could not get it to go, and Orleans out of there with it. Trying to continue to add to their lead. To the baseline, Whalen pulls up, 12-footer, knocks it in. Nice game for Jenna Whalen. She's got her 9th point of the contest. Again, those bench points continue to mount up. 28 of the 42 belong to the people that started the game on the Pines.
And then you got the steal right there, or near steal. Getting around, fronting the post, getting a deflection with her left hand. Tie-up goes back to the Lady Rocks.
Powell will trigger it in. Gets it in now to Hannah Davis, who's in the game, off to Hurt, and her bounce pass knocked away, and then good job by Tori Greathouse there in scrambling for the ball. Managed to get it off of Hurt, so it'll go back to Orleans.
Could have been a kick ball at Orleans, no call by
I think
Brandon
so,
Chambers
yeah.
right in front
I
of
didn't
him.
want to say anything. But
I have no problem saying it.
Yeah.
But the Dogs are the beneficiary of the break, and let's see what they can do here against the zone up 19.
Baseline jumper, Jenna Whalen, no good. Rebound grab by Owens. One dribble, missed it. Rebound, Powell, back up, got it. Wow. Haley Powell just doing it all right now. She's got 14.
Awfully impressive youngster in a home game, looking for her first ever varsity win. She has been a big factor why they're about to get it.
And on the other end, a steal by Peyton Blanton. And as she tried to take it back the other way, a whistle and a foul on Shoals. It'll go on Emma Hurt as Again, Shoals, they were within 5 of Bloomfield, ended up losing by 35, so maybe it's their lack of depth that hurts them.
It's conditioning, too. I don't think they're in great shape yet.
Well, 2 more for Haley Powell. She's just camping underneath the basket, and Orleans not having any pressure, any problems breaking the pressure. 16 now for Haley Powell, and she just got the steal. Pass ahead now to Greathouse. Pulls up on the left side. 3 seconds to Blanton. Around now to Jenna Whalen, and her jumper at the buzzer is good. So how's that for a finish? Orleans, the final 13 points of the third quarter, and this one is a runaway. At the end of 3 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard, it is the Lady Bulldogs 48, Lady Jugrocks 23. Back with the fourth quarter in a moment. This is Orleans girls basketball.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
With Kevin Terrell and our statistician, McKenna Purley, Mike Hamilton at the Doghouse in Orleans. 3 quarters in the books and going very well for the Lady Bulldogs as they go in search of their first victory of the year, although their first possession of the fourth quarter will not go well, as I think they got Haley Powell on call for an illegal screen. One of the few things she's done wrong tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, she's been very impressive coming off the bench, making a bid for extra playing time when she's this effective. Orleans could definitely use the offensive potential that she has.
Cassidy Woods' three-pointer from the top of the key, partially blocked. Haley Powell the rebound. Off it comes now to Blanton, works it left side to Powell, drives the baseline, takes it in, and she got clobbered by Deja Watson.
Good baseline drive right there. Go strong, don't shy away from the contact. Earn a trip to the line, try to get 2 shots out of it.
Tell you what, these rookies for Orleans, Kevin, playing anything but right now.
Playing with a lot of confidence. A lot of confidence, Mike.
Free throw missed. Leading scorers through 3 for Shoals. Maggie Shaw still has 7. That's what she had at halftime. Haley Powell at the free throw line after leaving the first one short, airballed that one. Still has 16. Jenna Whalen, 11. Peyton Blanton, 7. So right there is 34 of your team's 48 points off the bench. 48-23, 25-point lead. They work it in low to Shaw, right to the goal. Nice little pass and cut to the basket. And Maggie has her 9th point. And a steal in the backcourt as picked up by Witt. Got it off to Hadley Scott, who missed the layup. And then in the ensuing fight for the loose ball, held ball will keep it with Shoals.
Good job by Shaw running the floor for them, for the Lady Rocks. Not taking the layup for granted when it was missed. Got a second chance, earned her 9th rebound of the night, and she has a chance to give Shoals an extra possession.
Ball comes in, intended for Shaw, knocked away as Jared Gilbert brought his starting 5 back in there. And here's a lob down low to Audrey Elrod, leans in, puts it up, got it. Audrey Elrod with her 7th point.
Good diagonal pass right there against the zone. Orleans rolling right now. They've doubled up the Jug Rock.
50-25. Another bad pass stolen by Knight. Gets it ahead to Moon. Sidney all the way to the other end, left it short, and the rebound pulled out of there now by Cassidy Witt. Down court to Shaw, bounce pass
nice
off
pass.
now to Hannah Davis, and she lost the ball going up. And Maddie Jones comes out of there with it, and then it is knocked away by, I don't know, they're going to say Maddie was the last to touch it, so it'll stay with Shoals.
Just the 8th turnover of the night on the Bulldogs. They've taken care of it well against the variety of Orleans defenses, or Shoals defenses rather, including some full court pressure that JD Jug Rocks have tried. It has not been effective. Orleans has taken care of the ball very well.
Shaw, a little spin move, works it in low to Deja Watson, who puts it up no good, but will be on the line twice here.
Watson again continues to carve out space right in front of the rim. We're playing too flat defensively. We need to play above her so she can't just step over us. And that little duck-in move, when you play flat, you're vulnerable to the duck-in. Watson reading the defense well and earning trips to the line, but she's unable to convert them. You just stay at the line, not fall back quite so much. You see fatigue really, I think, becoming a big factor once again for the Lady Rocks. They're competitive for a half, but they just run out of gas.
And an air ball there. So Lady Rocks just 3 of 12 now at the free throw line. 6:12 to go in this one. More full court pressure. Again, Orleans breaks it. They set up a 2-on-1 and almost a travel by Moon. Managed to get rid of the ball before that pivot foot touched. Here is Knight along the baseline to Elrod. And what do we have? A foul here on Shoals on that baseline drive.
Jug Rocks getting their angles poor there on their closeout, getting their back foot back. Watson yielded the baseline there, something you never want to do.
Maggie Shaw, the foul, just her first, 5th on the team. Ball comes into Moon, top of the key tonight. Brooklyn launches, no good. Rebound to Moon. Takes a couple of dribbles into the lane to Maddie Jones. Wide open for a 10-footer, no good. And Moon, the rebound underneath to Audrey Elrod, who lays it up and in.
Moon playing hard there, earning 2 offensive rebounds on that possession, and then able to keep her wits about her. Nice little delivery. And Orleans rolling right now.
52 to 25. There's the ball knocked free, but Witt had it knocked away. Loose at midcourt, and finally we'll have a held ball situation. But tell you what, if you're Jared Gilbert, you got to applaud your kid's effort. You can just kind of mail it in from here with a 27-point lead, but they're fighting for every loose ball.
Well, they've been taught by the Gilbert family that the tape never lies, and they're going to watch that at some point. They don't want to see themselves giving less than their best effort on the video.
Gherkin out of the corner for 3. No good. Ball tipped around. Watson's got it. Outlet to Witt. She's on a break to the other end. Stops. Tries to go weak side. Ball knocked away. Now we'll get a foul called, I think, here. They're going to put it on Cassidy Witt. It is her second. So play getting a little sloppy now here with 5:07 to go. Orleans led by only 1 at the end of the quarter, by 8 at halftime, by 25 after 3. Good block by Watson on Maddie Jones' try. Watson the rebound, but then gets tied up. And it will stay, I believe, with Shoals. For your next reception, party, meeting, or any special occasion, the perfect place to have it is Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, with nearly 12,000 square feet of open space, a warming kitchen, restroom facilities, and plenty of tables and chairs. It's the ideal location to host any event from 300 to 300 people. So rent out the barn at Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, just north of Orleans. Call 865-1313.
With a little 3-ball right there by Cassidy Witt. That's the first 3-pointer, I think, of the season for the Jug Rock. And Cassidy got it on the left side, drilled it home. That's something she'll remember for a while. First 3-pointer of the year. Cassidy Witt knocking home from long distance.
Talking to Coach Howe, said he's been trying to get Cassidy to shoot the 3. She's been a little tentative on that, but not on that. She got it to go, so that ought to help the confidence. Oh, beautiful feed down low. Maddie Jones underneath the Sidney Moon for the finish.
Right now it appears Orleans has just a bit more firepower than they had last year when they really struggled to crack 40 points on most nights. They're going to be able to get in the 50s, you would think, a lot of these nights. That gives them a chance to win.
There's a foul on Orleans. They'll get Maddie Jones on this foul as, again, Shoals just continuing to try to pound it in low, even though room may not be there. Here's Shaw, gets around Jones, puts it up good, count it, and a foul. Maggie Shaw been kind of quiet here in the second half. She had 7 of the first half. That's her 4th point since halftime. She'll have a chance at a 3-point play as they nail Jackie Gherkin on her 3rd foul.
I think if the Lady Rocks really commit to their conditioning, maybe over the Christmas break where they have a little bit of a gap, I think they can do something in the second half of the year. I think those 2 good post players can help you.
Boy, Audrey Elrod got the rebound. Orleans fans wanted a foul on the rebound. Didn't get it, so what does she do? She takes it end to end, and as she drives in, draws contact, and is on the line twice.
Coach Howell for the Jug Rock wanted that elusive charge call, didn't get it.
And the free throw by Audrey would not go. Boy, Orleans started out strong. They hit 5 out of their first 6 free throws, but they've now missed their last 4. That one goes, and Audrey becomes the 3rd Lady Dog to crack the double-figure plateau. And it's a 25-point lead for Orleans halfway through the final quarter. Pull-up jumper right side missed by Shaw. Rebound put back up and in nicely by Deja Watson.
Little left shoulder move. She is a left shoulder player, no question. We saw Shaw earlier in the game go to her right side. She's got both ways, but Watson's all one way. She's J Street. She goes one way.
Ooh, Jones pull-up jumper from 6 feet away on the right wing, dipped way down to the well and came back out. Now Witt. Can she make it 2 in a row? Nope, missed that one. And the rebound tipped out of bounds by Watson. That will belong to Orleans. As Jared Gilbert now will put his second 5 in there. Peyton Blanton coming in along with Tori Greathouse, Sydney Owens, Haley Powell, and Jenna Whalen. So nice here that Coach Gilbert can kind of platoon a little bit.
We do that with a 23-point lead. Get your players the varsity experience. You never know when you're going to need that depth later on, as sickness and injuries are inevitable, it seems, in girls basketball.
Blanton down low to Haley Powell. Looked like she got pushed from behind as she went up for the shot. She got knocked to the floor, and then the loose ball came down to her while she was standing out of bounds. So, I don't know. When you're up by 23, sometimes you want to keep that whistle quiet as much as possible.
Like DJ Horton's thinking, hey, dinner's on the stove. I just got to get there. 3 minutes away.
Ooh, Scott just switched pivot feet. They didn't call it. How could you? We pick it up, and those officials are right there.
Well, there's very few of us are as keen-eyed as you and I are, Mike.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just ask.
They worked it on the high post to Deja Watson in frustration. She kind of swung her arms that time after Sydney Owens reached in. Orleans fans and bench didn't like it. Nothing came of it. Second foul on Sydney. 6th-team foul. Ball comes into Watson, and Sydney, a little revenge. She got a piece of it on that shot attempt by Watson. Whalen back the other way with 2:50 to go. Lost the handle, got it back, and now a reach-in foul here on Deja Watson.
Possibly missed a double dribble there, but Watson in frustration with the reach-in foul. And we're close to getting into the bonus one way, and in fact, Orleans will go to the line for the one-on-one.
Yep, Sydney Owens on the 8th-team foul. Fires the free one up, got it.
Where you can really add to your average, start scoring in big-time blowouts late in the game by hitting your free throws.
Didn't want to say it now. If we can get Tori Greathouse on the score sheet, all 11 players will have tallied. So I'm sure they don't know that, but if they did, they'd try to give Tori an opportunity here. She's in there. Feed down low to Watson, knocked away, recovered by Haley Powell. 2:35 to go. Orleans by 25. That's taking up command here in the second half. Blanton has it, running the point for Orleans. Works it left side now to Owens. She's going to launch it from 3 and knock it down.
Good job. Watson didn't want to come out of there. So they just conceded the three-point shot. Had all day to set her feet. Did what you're supposed to do if you're a good shooter. She knocked it home.
Howell from the right side. Draw the front of the net, an air ball, and Orleans out of there with it. Ooh, they had Tori down court, didn't see her. She's wide open underneath the basket. They still don't see her.
She's wanting it. She's like a pogo stick in there.
Got it. Here we go, and she got it. And all 11 players have scored in the contest for Orleans. How about that? And that makes it a 30-point ball game for the Lady Bulldogs. Minute 45 to go. So talk about a good team victory here as Witt misses from long range, and Orleans out of there with it. They'll pick up the first win of 17-18 as there's a missed three by Whalen. Rebound to Watson, outlet to Witt. Drives it down court, puts it up, and had it blocked away. Nope, they're going to say she just lost it. Out of bounds. Shoals about to fall to 1 and 3. From the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Sky Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student-athlete for their hard work and dedication and continuing the legacy of excellence that is Lady Bulldogs basketball. Good luck all season long from everyone at Scott Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move. Ball knocked away there as Orleans got it quickly up court.
Mike, this is a big week for Orleans on the air with us.
Yeah.
We've got the Dogs quite often.
Yeah, they're starting a span of 4 games in the next 7 days. Bad pass by Whalen, but it's tapped back to her. Now they work it in low to a wide-open Haley Powell, and she just continues to add to her career highs. She now is at 18 points on the contest, and it's still a double-up game. 64-32 as Hurt lost it off her leg, picked up by Orleans. Quickly into the front court, Owens, weak side pass to Whalen. Tipped away, Jenna gets it back, throws up the shot, no good, and draws contact, and we'll have a chance to earn a couple of more here at the foul line.
Mike, it appears as if that video time that the coaches Gilbert had a chance to watch on Sunday to get their team prepared for this game as I moved one of their relatives' furniture for a couple hours Sunday. Looks to me like me contributing my time, saved them to watch some videos, helped them out. This is a high point of their offensive season, high point of Coach Gilbert's career, I think, offensively, for them putting up now 65 points.
First one went, second one didn't, but hustling out of there with the rebound is Sydney Owens, who accidentally got her other hand in on the ball, called for double dribble.
Almost broke my back carrying their Aunt Julie's couch the other day on Sunday.
Landis Insurance in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your auto, home, farm, business, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together, providing Midwestern values since 1885. All the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792. Shoals obliges by turning one over. Now Haley Powell will try one from downtown. It hops off the front of the rim. 20 seconds to go now as Orleans with a 33-point lead. Owens, left corner, drives around Witt, and they're going to get Cassidy on a foul that I know DJ Horton did not want to call.
Oh, that fried chicken on the stove getting a little bit colder with that whistle. Something to delay us just a bit. But a very impressive performance, no question about it, especially in the second half by the Dogs. Wasn't a very good beginning, I didn't think. Shoals came out and I thought played harder than them through the first quarter. But once the Dogs got rolling, it was an impressive offensive performance by these young Dogs who I think are ready for good things.
Sydney Owens hit them both. She's 4 for 4 at the line, 7 points all in the quarter. 67-32 as we're down to the final 8 seconds. Here's a long three that is short by Witt. Rebound to Powell. Blanton will just hold the ball, and the time will run out. And what a way to pick up your first win of the season. The Lady Bulldogs do it impressively as they pull away from an outmanned Shoals team here this evening in Orleans. For your next reception, party, meeting, or any special occasion, the perfect place to have it is Robinson Auctions and Gatherings with nearly 12,000 square feet of open space, a warming kitchen, restroom facilities, and plenty of tables and chairs. It's the ideal location to host any event from 300 to 300 people. To rent out the barn at Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, just north of Orleans, call 865-1313. That's 865-1313. Orleans takes the lead late in the first quarter, and they pull away from Shoals here as they beat them for the 6th straight time and the 8th time in a row here on their home floor. We'll be back to recap all of tonight's action in a moment. The final score on the Busick Insurance scoreboard: the Orleans Lady Bulldogs 67, the Shoals Lady Chuck Rocks 32. You're listening to Orleans Girls Basketball.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
Tonight, Jared Gilbert uses 10 players, and all 10 get into the scoring column as the Lady Bulldogs pound the Shoals Lady Chuck Rocks tonight. 35 points the final, which that was the margin of difference on when Shoals played Bloomfield last week. And, of course, that's coming up. Part of a back-to-back for the Lady Bulldogs. They'll go to DuBois on Thursday and then to Bloomfield on Friday. The Bloomfield game, a pickup game, as Orleans was a little short last year on games, so they kind of tweaked the schedule a little bit, trying to find some open spots. And sometimes you can't, have a big pick of things in terms of the schedules, hence the 4 games in 7 days.
Hey, it's an Adam Silver NBA schedule, 4 games in 7 days, 3 and 4. Just got to go on the road. You don't have to go cross country this time. You just got to go across Lawrence County and all the way over to Greene County to the beautiful Guy Glover Gymnasium on the campus of Bloomfield High School. Should be a good trip there to the county seat of Greene County, and it'll be fun to go over there. Get some good pizza there on the square there. Maybe a little Mexican food maybe down the street. We'll see how all that kind of develops. But Bloomfield's off to a good start. They've been a good program in general. And we'll see how they can do it this week when they take on the Dogs on Friday night. That's the game we'll have, you'll be on your own, at least without me anyway, on Thursday night. You and Coach Schmidt will be heading down to the wonderful town of DuBois for the Jeeps.
They have plenty of fine eating establishments.
I no doubt about that. I would love to have some shrimp down there. That's where I would like to be on Thursday night, but I will not be there. Coach Schmidt will be with you in our hometown. That should be a good one we make this kind of a Lady Bulldogs kind of week.
All right, let's take a look at the scoring of the game. For Shoals, they're now 1-3 on the year, 0-2 away from home. Tim Howell uses all 9 of his players, and only the starting 5 score, led by Maggie Shaw. The only double-figure scorer tonight for the Lady Rocks with 11. 7 out of Deja Watson. Caden Sutton chipped in with 6, and 4 each from Cassidy Witt. And from Alyssa Howell, Haley Davis, Emma Hurt, Hannah Davis, and Hadley Scott all got into the game but did not play. For Orleans, Jared Gilbert uses 10, and all 10 of them score. So always a fun night when everybody can break into the scoring column. Led tonight by 2 bench players, Haley Powell and Jenna Whalen. One a freshman, one a senior. Haley tonight taking advantage of her size, scores 18 tonight, 8 baskets and 2 out of 5 at the free throw line. Jenna Whalen hit a 3-pointer among her 5 field goals and had a free throw. She finishes with 12. The other double-figure scorer tonight was Audrey Elrod. She had 10, including 1 3-pointer in the contest. Jenna Whalen Sydney Owens, ends up with 7 tonight. And Peyton Blanton coming off the bench, another rookie for Coach Gilbert, tallying 7 in the contest. 4 each from Sydney Moon and from Brooklyn Knight. 2 points from Tori Greathouse and from Maddie Jones. And Jackie Gherkin managed to hit a free throw in the second quarter for her only point. So top to bottom tonight, everybody gets into the scoring column, led by Haley's 18, 12 out of Jenna, and Audrey chips in with 10. Orleans took their first lead in the final 4 seconds of the opening quarter at 10-9, opened it up to an 8-point lead at halftime, 25 by the end of 3 at 48-23, and go on to the convincing victory at 67-32 as they improve to 1-2 on the year, 1-2 here at home as they get ready for their 2-game road trip on back-to-back nights coming up here on Thursday and Friday. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to head coach Jared Gilbert and get his reaction. Again, 67-32 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. Orleans tonight over Shoals. We'll return in a moment. This is Orleans girls basketball.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
Landis Insurance in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your auto, home, farm, business, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis, together providing Midwestern value since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792. Back again at Orleans High School, Lady Bulldogs win big tonight as they knock off Shoals 67-32, and pleased to have with us head coach Jared Gilbert. And Coach, congratulations. Always nice to pick up that first win of the year. Took a little while to get the kids going, but from that first quarter on, things really seemed to fall into place for you.
Yeah, it was good. We definitely needed a win, and we were wanting to get off to a good start, and it really didn't happen. And to Shoals' credit, they came out and played hard, and they took advantage of us inside at times, and really did a nice job getting it to their big girls. And even though we were really keying on them, I didn't think we were physical enough with them and let them catch the ball too easily. And they scored when they got it down there, which we knew they could. So it wasn't easy, and we didn't really expect it to be. We'd seen them play Bloomfield, the 5-point, a halftime lead for Bloomfield. So we knew they were more than capable. And so, glad we finally got going there in the second quarter a little bit, and I thought our bench really came in and gave us some huge minutes and did an excellent job of giving us some energy.
Well, indeed, 9:27 46 out of your 67 points tonight coming from the kids coming off the pines tonight.
Yeah, and that's something that we thought we could take advantage of is our depth, and we hope that, come second half we'd wear them down, and I definitely think that was the case somewhat, and that was good to see, and our girls really did a nice job. We feel like we got a nice bench coming off. We don't even really consider it a bench. We feel like we got just more players, and it may not always be our bench. So I mean that could change from game to game, and but we definitely we came in and did some nice things and took advantage of some things, and I thought Haley did a nice job of finishing down low and rebounding for us. So that was good to see, and hopefully we can build on that.
It's either brilliant coaching for you guys to put those kids in the game, or just extremely poor coaching not to have them in the game already to begin with.
Yeah.
Not real sure. Since your entire family's on the bench with you, I want to assume we'll have to get your mom down there so you'll know who to put in the game there. But really, I thought the game turned with two moves. It was when you put Powell in the game, we really got off to a good start when she came in, provided some, definitely an energy boost. A little chocolate bar action there, a little caffeine shot to get you guys going. And then when you went with the odd front zone, went to the 1-3-1.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not something you were really looking forward to doing. Hey, I got to go 1-3-1 against Shoals.
Right.
Still, when you did it, it kind of picked up the game, made them do something they hadn't practiced against, and really put them in a bad spot.
Yeah, with Haley up top there, she's so long and she makes it difficult, and it's something we've worked on some. And I think we're going to be a team that just has to mix it up and play some zone. We're just not there yet, man-to-man, with our defense the way we want it to be. So we're just going to have to battle and do different things to try to stay in games and to give us a chance to win. And that was one thing that we worked on here and there with Haley up top there, and she did a nice job of making some things happen and causing some problems with her. So that was good to see.
Yeah, it really hurt their smaller guards having to see over the top of someone bigger and longer up there. I'm sure our former Bedford coaches were all like, oh, my, Coach Gilbert, they started shaking there. But they knew you'd actually went to all those variety of zones. Talked to Coach Lewis today, who wanted me to tell you hello. And one of my best friends at work, he said to tell Coach all the Gilberts, he said if they lose to Shoals, they're going to have to walk home down 37 all the way through Mitchell in the dark and somehow get back to town. Thankfully, I have to tell him, hey, they got to drive home. It worked out all right. But talk a little bit about some of these future opponents. You got a tough schedule here.
Yeah.
A lot of games back to back. Do you like that, or would you rather have a few more days to prepare?
I mean, it's not necessarily ideal. You like a little more time to prepare, especially the back-to-backs where you don't really have any time. So, but it is what it is, and we'll make the most of it. And I think we're learning from games, and we got a lot of young kids that each game is a learning experience for them because we see different things. And so it's good and bad. I mean, of course, you want to get in the gym and practice on things you need to, and that's hard to do when you have 3-4 games within a week. But we'll make the most of the practice time and try to get better with it. And
best thing about it, both these teams do look at least somewhat vulnerable. Northeast Du Bois, maybe a smidgen down. We'll see how it goes. And then, of course, the Cardinals, the team I know well. You'll be headed to Guy Clever Gymnasium, a house of ill repute in my book. We'll see how that goes on the weekend when I have that one with you.
Not easy places to go and play. Du Bois, they start 5 seniors, so they got the experience. But it's a team. I think if we play well, we can go down there and compete with. And Bloomfield the same way. They got one girl that's really a nice player, and we just have to do a nice job on her, keying on her, and make some other people step up and make shots.
Hey, when you get done this weekend with all these games, could you go help Julie move some of their stuff? I spent all day. Well, you're watching game film. I was at Julie's house there, moving carpet, taking stuff out to the garage. I about killed myself. That was my contribution to the program this week. I said on the air, I said, I helped the dogs by doing all that housework that the Gilbert family didn't have to do.
There you go. Yeah, we're too busy right now. So we'll try to help out when we can.
Coach, a little better on the foul shooting tonight, 11 out of 17. You actually hit, I think, 5 out of the first 6. Hit a little glitch in there, but then rebounded strong. Sydney hit 4 out of 4 there down the stretch. So, so hopefully it's coming along.
It's a matter of confidence, and then it's not a lack of shooting them in practice and in mornings and stuff before games. So we're working on it, and I think it's just it just takes sometimes seeing the ball go through the hoop, and then the confidence comes. And some of our girls are struggling right now shooting the ball, but I keep telling them you got to kind of shoot your way out of it, and it eventually comes.
You can't get hot until you keep shooting enough to get hot.
That's right.
So that's what you just got to do. Keep firing.
Never shoot. You're going to never get out of it.
There you go.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win. We'll talk to a couple of the kids here and get rested up, and look forward to Du Bois coming up on Thursday.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All righty. Jared Gilbert, the head coach of the Orleans Lady Bulldogs, joining us here after the contest as Orleans a big winner tonight by a final count of 67-32. Let's get a quick comment or two from a couple of the kids that were instrumental in the victory tonight. We'll start with the lone senior on the team. That is Jenna Whalen, 12 points, came in and really paid immediate dividends. I don't think she was in the game more than a minute and let fly a three and got it to go. And boy, Jen, it's got to make it fun when that first shot goes in and things are really starting to go your way.
Yeah, it really gets my adrenaline going, and I hope it gets my teammates' adrenaline rushing as well.
You pretty much last year, I thought, came off the bench for the most part. Do you like that role? You're probably good enough to start. So are a lot of the other girls on the team. But does that give you a chance to kind of analyze what's going on out there on the floor and be a little more prepared when you finally step in?
Yeah, it really helps me to see the starters get the game started a little bit so I can come in and do my part. I like it that way.
Well, the key critical thing I want to know, did you find somebody to hold your gum while you came on the air? When you were struggling right there to get the headset on because somebody would take that giant wad of chewing gum that you had there. Did you find somewhere to put it, or did you just throw it on the floor back there somewhere?
I threw it on the floor. I didn't want to jumble up my words.
I understand. Hey, how much fun is it to be a senior playing high school basketball in Indiana, the greatest basketball state in the Union, and here you got a chance to play all these games in a short span? That's got to be, the thing you've dreamed about since you were playing when you were little.
Yeah, ever since, I started playing basketball, I've always dreamed of playing on this court. And now in my senior year, it's all coming to an end pretty quick, but I'm going to make the most of it and have fun.
I want to ask, too, Jenna, with this being Coach Gilbert's second year, now that he's kind of implemented his system a little bit, was it a lot easier when you came in for practice at the start of the season and kind of things started flowing a little bit better than trying to have to relearn and go over things that were maybe a little different than what Coach Ellis had?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot easier this year. Last year it was a lot of redoing everything. I mean, I had Coach Ellis my freshman and sophomore year, so I was kind of used to what he did and how he ran the game. And Coach Gilbert runs it a little differently, but we've gotten the hang of it pretty quickly.
Have you ever looked at him and said, "Look, if you keep getting on me, I'm going to tell your dad"? Have you ever done that?
I don't know what Coach Mike would do.
Is it fun now? You had Coach Mike last year, but now you got another Gilbert on the sideline with you.
Yeah.
He actually was my former assistant at Eastern Green for a little bit, so I know him well. That's got to be a lot of fun having the overdose of
yeah,
Gilberts every day.
Yeah, Coach Jay, he's accustomed pretty well to us. He really puts us through hard work, and that's good for the team.
And I'm going to assume, too, Jenna, that as far as Coach Gilbert goes, being the lone senior on the team, there's a lot of responsibility that goes along with that, not the least of which certainly is leadership and just picking up your teammates and things like that. And is that a role that you kind of relish?
Yeah, I really like to try to show as much leadership as I can to my teammates and help everybody out, not just, focus on myself, but help my teammates be the best that they can be as well as myself.
Well, I'm not sure how much you did that we couldn't see from a verbal standpoint, but from a physical standpoint, the 12 points tonight certainly goes a long way, and I thought you guys were hustling the entire ball game, diving on the floor for balls, even with a 20-25-point lead, and I think that's a great characteristic of this team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like we played a really tough physical game, and that's good for us, our first win at home and first win of the season. So.
All right, and hopefully with many more to follow it.
Yeah.
All right, Jenna, thanks for joining us. Congratulations. Great effort. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Jenna Whalen, the senior, 12 points coming off the bench, including a three-pointer, as the Lady Bulldogs win it big tonight by 35 over Shoals, 67-32. And we're going to go ahead and, well, she's a little shy, I guess, but hopefully maybe the senior can urge her to come on, and she'll do fine, I guess. Haley Powell, game high 18 points tonight. How many rebounds, Kevin?
Well, she had a bunch. Let me count them up. I had here 4. You always ask me these things when I'm not prepared. Haley had 5 of them.
Okay. Well, Haley, first of all, congratulations. I know this is your first time on the radio, so probably a little nervous, but just relax and have fun with it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It takes absolutely no talent to be on the radio whatsoever, as Mike and I prove, at least 2 or 3 times a week.
But, you keep having these 18-point efforts, we're probably going to get you on. But in all seriousness, congratulations. And got to be fun when everything's going your way like it did tonight.
Yeah, it's fun playing both because you play a lot more.
Talk a little bit about your game in terms of what coach is expecting you to do. Obviously, you're trying to post up a lot. We saw you step out on the floor a little bit, hit a couple, or take a couple of mid-range jumpers as well. But what's Coach hoping for you to do?
Rebound and help the people that are guarding the post players.
Not, a little bit timid being on the radio, but you're definitely not timid on the floor. You come off the bench, ready to go, have a huge burst of offense in that second quarter. You scored 9 points in that quarter. At one time, you'd almost outscored Shoals, who only had 11 at one point when you got your 9th point of that quarter. Do you sit on the bench, around both the Coach Gilberts there, and do you sit around and go, hey, put me in, hey, put me in, hey, put me in, or are you just kind of sitting there waiting on the call?
I'm just kind of sitting there.
Have you tried the other way? Maybe you could just tap them, get them in there?
Maybe.
Coach Mike, Coach Mike, put me in. He may put you in a little earlier, and instead of getting 9 points in the first half, you can come out there with double digits. But seriously, how do you get out there and just play with no fear like that?
Well, I played AAU, and I played up with the juniors now, so that helped me a lot.
Clearly playing with those older kids
with
a little more of aggressive nature that some of those had when you were at a young age has definitely helped.
Yeah, it has a lot.
Haley, what have you found to be the biggest difference? Obviously, that's a big adjustment to playing junior high basketball last year to now playing varsity. What was the biggest adjustment you've had to make so far?
There's a lot of different players, and they're more aggressive than the junior high.
Probably a lot bigger too.
Yeah, they're bigger and taller.
Do you feel like you play kind of an aggressive style and can get in there, and even though girls might be a little, not necessarily taller, but maybe bigger, that you can kind of battle with them a little bit?
Yeah, I seem to play better in the varsity than I do JV.
Okay. Well, your fellow classmate, you can give a shout out to her, Peyton Blanton. Came in, had 7 points here tonight, and she's doing a great job running the point as well. So talk a little bit about having her out on the floor with you.
We just play good together, and she can get the ball up the court really good, and she can go to the hole a lot. She's fast. She's really fast.
Alrighty. Now, we're going to probably save this interview, and when you come back and when you're a senior, we won't be able to get you to shut up. You'll just be going a mile a minute, and then you're going to go, oh, that was me as a freshman. Holy cow. But at any rate, Haley, congratulations. Terrific effort tonight, and I know there'll be plenty more like this as well, so keep up the good work and go get them down at Du Bois on Thursday.
Thank you.
That is Haley Powell, freshman, 18 points, 5 rebounds tonight as she helps the Lady Bulldogs romp to a victory tonight over Shoals, 67-32. We'll take our final break and wrap things up when we come back to the Doghouse in a moment. This is Orleans girls basketball.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
Landis Insurance in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your auto, home, farm, business, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together providing Midwestern value since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792. 67-32, your final on the Busick Insurance scoreboard as Orleans picks up victory number 1 on the young season. And how did that compare with the statistical aspect?
Well, let's take a look at it. For the Lady Jug Rocks, they go 1 out of 6 from three-point range. That's 16.7%. From two-point range, 13 for 43 for 30.3%. So overall, they make 14 out of 49, a frigid 28.6%. Didn't get much better from the line either. 3 out of 13 for the Lady Jug Rocks, just 23%. They did out-rebound the Bulldogs 40-38, 13 of those on the offensive end. And a season-long, program-long, decade-long, quarter-century-long problem for Shoals is turnovers. They turned it over 26 times tonight. For Orleans, they shoot 22 out of 49 from two-point range. That's 44.9%. 4 out of 19 from long distance, 21.1%. Overall, 26 made field goals. That'll work every night. Out of 68, 38.2%. A much better 11 of 17 from the line, 64.7%. They were -2 on the rebounds, 38 total, 14 of those on the offensive end, and they just turned it over 9 times. You do all that, you win the turnover margin by that much, get 68 shot attempts up as they outshot Shoals, 19 more attempts at the rim, 12 more makes. That'll work every time. They get a big 67-32 win. I've got some other scores of note. I'll quickly read them. B&L beats Bloomington South tonight, 38-32. Clarksville beat Rock Creek. We'll see them later in the season, 43-38. Paoli, all of our listeners are waiting on them. They beat Corydon Central tonight, 55-48. Just up the street here, about 8 miles, Mitchell beat Logoti tonight, 50-42. We're talking about Bloomfield. They won the night over Edgewood, 46-45. Springs Valley we had an eye on. They beat North Davies on the road, 40-28, so a good win for the Lady Hawks. And I've got a couple other scores I just want to mention. We have 2 unbelievable scores. Crawford County with the North Harrison tonight and took it on the chin, 65-10. You don't see that very often, but don't feel bad for Crawford County. Instead, feel bad for poor Union Modoc tonight, who they lost to Eastern Hancock by this score, 59-3.
Ooh.
That is going to leave a mark.
I would say so. All right, a couple more things we have to get in real quick, including a station ID, so let's do that real quick as we pause 10 seconds. You're listening to Orleans Girls Basketball.
Your home for Blackhawk, Bulldog, Ram, and IU Sports. Q100 WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
And from the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Scott Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student-athlete for their hard work and dedication in continuing the legacy of excellence that is Lady Bulldogs basketball. Good luck all season long from everyone at Scott Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move. Big win tonight. Orleans chalks up victory number 1 as they pound the Shoals Lady Jug Rocks tonight, 67-32. Orleans only up 1 at the end of the first quarter, but stretched that out to 8 by halftime, by 25 after 3, and win this one going away. In fact, they scored the last 12 points of this game. In fact, they had some pretty significant streaks, a 14-point run to go from 9-5 down up to 19-9 ahead. They also scored the final 13 points of the third quarter to take a 12-point lead up to 25, and then they scored the last 12 points of the game to go from a 23 up to a 35-point victory. So the monkey off the back, getting that first victory. You can take a deep sigh of relief, but you only have 1 day of rest and then right back at it again.
Busy day of preparation tomorrow. Kids got to get ready for a nice, fun little back-to-back here with a little road trip. Du Bois on Thursday night that you and Coach Schmidt will have on the air, and then you and I return with the Mike and Kevin show on Friday night as we head to Guy Glover Gymnasium. Stop by the Pepperoni Grill on the way and have a good pizza and some good hoops as the Lady Dogs will be taking on the Lady Cardinals in that very difficult venue at the county seat of Greene County in Bloomfield.
Man, what promotional consideration.
We need to stop and see if they'll buy some ads for that one.
I guess
all that
so.
love I just gave the Pepperoni Grill on the air. A couple other good establishments we may talk about off the air might be good for after the game, too.
Absolutely. Well, here tonight, all 10 get into the act, all 10 that Coach Gilbert used score. Leading the way, Haley Powell off the bench with 18-12 from Jenna Whalen, also off the bench. Audrey Elrod added 10. The Orleans bench outscored Shoals bench 46-0 in this one as they win going away by 35. Lady Rocks led by Maggie Shaw is 11, but not enough as they fall to 1-3 on the year. 0-2 away from home. They'll take on their county rivals Lagodi on Thursday at Jack Butcher Arena. Meanwhile, as we said, Orleans now 1-2 on the year, 1-2 here at home. Will be at Du Bois coming up on Thursday. They've now beaten Shoals 6 straight times, 8 straight here at home, and have taken 14 of the last 19 meetings here in the series. JV action goes to Orleans tonight, but not against Shoals. They actually took on Henryville and defeated the Lady Hornets tonight 38-14. So Mike Gilbert's squad now stands at 2-1 on the young season. As always, we're grateful to our many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your home car business wherever you might be tuning in, and we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we've received from our participating schools, so we send a thank you to the administration coaches for both Orleans and Shoals High Schools. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you. Program reminders: we will debut our 2017-18 Winter Sports Chat tomorrow evening, beginning at 6 o'clock. That'll precede the IU and Seton Hall, which will probably be a massacre, by the way.
Now you got to believe.
I guess.
Got to believe. Don't panic after just a couple games.
Yeah, you never
Give
know.
Archie time.
They can get it turned around. At any rate, it'll be our Springs Valley edition. Our Orleans edition will debut a week from tomorrow night. And then make sure you're back with us for our next broadcast of Orleans girls basketball Thursday night. We'll be down in Du Bois as the Lady Bulldogs take on the Lady Jeeps. Tip set for 7:30. Our broadcast coverage to begin at 7:15. For our studio engineer this evening, Adam Hole. Our statistician for tonight's contest, McKenna Purley. And for Kevin Terrell, this is Mike Hamilton bidding you a fine and pleasant farewell from the Doghouse in Orleans, where tonight's final score on the Busick Insurance scoreboard was the Orleans Lady Bulldogs 67, the Shoals Lady Jug Rocks 32. This is Orleans girls basketball.
WFLQ, and thanks for listening. Tonight's presentation brought to you by Busick Insurance in Orleans. For home, farm, health, auto, life, and business, 865-2626. Paul Brothers Transportation in Orleans, meeting the shipping needs of the area for more than 3 decades. The Super Clean Car Wash, Maple Street, Orleans. Orange County REMC, offering affordable loan distance. Call 865-2229 or toll-free 888-337-5900. High school basketball, a presentation of Cuban Hundred Sports. You best show your appreciation for the broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. You're listening to your power station for sports, Cuban 100 WFLQ French Lick.